Kamala was a prosecutor later. She was behind the incarceration of like hundreds and probably thousands of young black juvenile delinquents. Yeah, there was young kids, but you have to understand the situation then. The older guys who were running the drug trade for the cartel at the schools, they would forcibly recruit these young guys, and she was just slamming them into prison. They were just horrible, and that's one reason why a lot of black men refuse to vote for her now. She, just that one-sided treatment while she let all the major cartel figures walk, or just warned them, get out of here, because the cops are trying to arrest you. So she was in the thick of it. She was the girlfriend of Willie Brown, who was a lawyer. He had a law office for the cartel. Later, he became mayor and a state senator. But she was just in the dirty business. And one of my best friends and proteges, Jeff Adachi, died mysteriously.
What is it about Kamala that Jeff Adachi knew that you believe would have created some conflict for her?
The cartel connection. Yeah. It wasn't mafia, it wasn't conspiracy. It was a cartel. She was an agent of the cartel. And I know other stories, too, about members of that. When San Francisco was very close circles, not a large city.
Right. We heard the same thing from Judge.
No one knew everything else, and no one really wanted to talk except me. I worked at the Pacific News Service, and I broke these stories, but even they were scared to take on the cartel.
Very interesting. And, I did recently speak to Judge Joe Brown, and he kind of intimated the same, that she was definitely involved in a lot of dirty politicking, and especially Willie Brown as well. And you mentioned Willie Brown in your piece and his connection, which you allegedly had to the cartel. Could you expand on that, please?
Yeah, well, he was from West Texas. He was there's a lot in California, a lot of immigrants from West Texas. When the cattle industry the ranching industry wasn't doing well, they migrated west. He got a law degree, I believe in San Francisco. And his contact with the cartel was very, very early on. They probably helped him get his law degree. I remember one time, he knew me, we were going to a public event. It was sort of like a carnival that there was going to be some speeches at. And I was walking toward that with my girlfriend, and then he comes walking right behind me, grabs me by the left arm and squeezes my arm as hard as he can. But you have to understand, I used to be a steel worker, a welder. I worked all kinds of jobs earlier in my life, so I was tough as nails. And once he felt my muscles flexing, he opened his hand up and just walked past me, fast as hell, sort of in humiliation. That he couldn't intimidate me. That's the kind of guy he was.
Wow, unbelievable. You hear these stories.
He was a very threatening fellow, and he knows me. I talked about the another girlfriend of him is London Breen. She's a mayor of San Francisco, and the first thing she does for homeless people as a welcome wagon is give them a pack of syringes and a bottle of heroin to inject.
Wow.
This is not a joke. This is what they're doing there.
And so working on behalf of the cartel, and we heard from Judge Joe Brown last week also that while she was in power in San Francisco, that she worked to help George Soros essentially commit legal theft by protecting one of his companies. And so we're hearing over and over again that essentially she was given power to make sure that the elites are allowed to continue these various illegal trades that they're participating in. And you seem to confirm that.